So, what is our life? Our life is tons, millions of things. It's work, children, sports, cooking, dreams, desires, reluctance to do something. We are always in a rush. We are always looking for something. We are always studying something. We are trying to catch up with some people, with some events that are going on. And why? Why are we doing all this? We're afraid of missing out. This fear of missing out is filling us all. It's pushing us. It's making us doing some things. And all this is getting us lost in a way. Well, we do all this in order to get the best for us. And the question is, what is this best for you, or you in particular, or for me? How do we know it? How do we actually create this image that it is something that we need? Is it all these TV shows, books, magazines, some sellers of happiness on Instagram? Or is it this person, this old lady next door that just tells you it has to be this way? So all these voices, all these noises, they are clouding our attention. They are clouding our conscious. And we need to get rid of this noise. There are so many ways how to do it, and I'm pretty sure most of you know this. Could you raise your hand? Who knows how to get rid of the noise? Okay? Couple of people, yeah, thank you. But I'm sure all of you know it, you've heard of it. Like, for the first thing, you can get rid of all old clothes that you've been keeping in your wardrobe for 1, 2, or 5 years. Or that wonderful dress you bought 15 years ago and you're still hoping you're going to wear it. Not going to happen. You can get rid of all the needless things that you have in your house, like that old radio you've been thinking of fixing for the last 10 years. Never happened. You can delete all the apps you have on your phone that are draining your energy. You can mute the notifications on your apps so that you live in your own pace and not in the pace of some kindergarten chat of your youngest daughter. Well, and the last thing, you can get rid of some people that they mean nothing to you anymore, but please, within lore, okay? So we all know these things, we know it, but are we doing it? Most of us not. It's hard. This fear of missing out, it's pushing us. It's making us move more and more. What I want you to do now is imagine yourself on an island. There's nothing around you. There are no mobile phones. There's no TV, no internet, nothing but your favorite person, you.
Okay. Who's here?
Right. So how many of you actually tried to reach for the phone and fill in this pause? That's what we are afraid of. We are afraid of meeting ourselves and talking to ourselves. And to my mind, only brave, sometimes bold people do it. They risk it. They do it regularly. Am I one of these people? Well, I'd love to say yes. But facts are quite stubborn thing. I'm always terrified of going to this island, of talking to myself. And life shows that it happens to me only in situations of basically no return, when there is no other choice. December 2010, I'm coming to my office for work to find out that I can go anywhere. My services are not needed anymore. And 2 weeks before New Year's, I'm all alone in Moscow. There is no one I can go to, I can turn for help or anything. And it's such a scary moment. You would say, what's the problem? Just apply for a new job. Yeah, that's what I did. Straight away, I applied for all the vacancies of personal assistants that there were, because that's what I did. That's what I had experience in. And that what should have worked straight away, as I thought. But it didn't. I went to first, second, fifth interview, and each single time I was turned down. For 2 months in a row, I was going to those interviews, and all this was just in vain. At one of the interviews, my potential boss told me that it's not for you. You are no assistant material. Yes, you can do it. You can do it well, but you won't do it for long. That was, of course, I was turned down. And that was a blow. That was a devastating moment in my life, and I didn't know what should I do. And that's when I heard, knock, who is there? That's Mayya, and we got a talk. And we talked, and I listened, and I reminded myself that there are so many more opportunities, so many more jobs, that there is a sphere of hospitality that I dreamt of working in, and I never tried it, and this was the time, maybe, to try. I did. Luckily for me, I did, and I got into sales. Later on, I switched spheres, language school now, but I'm still developing in sales, in management, and I am improving myself. I'm opening up in these spheres. I'm getting better. And it's hard. It's almost, scary to imagine what would have happened if I hadn't listened to myself back then. How many jobs I would have changed, how many lost years I would have had. And have I listened to myself ever since? Sure. 2018, for a whole month, I was listening to myself, being in hospital. And when you're in hospital, there's no other choice. You listen, you hear all this criticism you have to tell yourself, all these little pieces of advice, judgmental attitude to yourself, what you did wrong, because you pushed too hard, because you were trying to do something that probably wasn't for you. So it's terrible when you get to talk to yourself when it is forced either by circumstances or by your health issue that happened because of the circumstances. And we need to take the courage and to talk to ourselves in a less critical condition. In this way, you can open up a lot of things. The second blow that I had helped me to realize that working 24/7 is not something that you should do or anyone should do. That work-life balance is created for people, and you are also the person who deserves it. I taught myself the concept of personal time. If I'm with my family, I'm with my family. If I hear myself telling it's time to visit Granny, I just go. I don't postpone it till later, because postponing doesn't lead to anything. Sometimes it leads to even worse things. And what I substituted these extra morning lessons, do more work, with some jogging, and it brings much more positive energy and much more happiness to life. And I made an extra step. I can communicate this approach to my colleagues at work. Whenever I see all those young, energetic, creative teachers telling me I can do the most, I'll work 7 days a week, I'll take all the lessons you can give me, I'll do that. But no, I'm advising strongly against it, because it's not working. You're gonna lose it at some point. Now, for the last years, I've been trying to talk to myself more often, to listen to myself and to realize what is going on. It is always scary. It's always terrifying, but I do it. I take a step towards myself. I take a step towards the fear that I have inside me, and listen, and I learn more about myself. This return to the island helped me to get back to music. It helped me to open up the mentoring skills that I have and I share with the people I work with. It helped me to keep running and to do half marathons, on a regular basis, and it gives this push of excitement and success for me that is important for me. So, what I have to say, please venture to make a step, overcome your fear, make the pause, and learn something about you that helps you to love yourself more. Thank you.